It's time for this week's Parting Shots.
Variety has reported that Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez retained J.P. Morgan to help them raise funds to buy the New York Mets. I understand the current economic uncertainty gives the couple a bit of leverage over the Wilpon family, who wants to move the team, and their money is often as funny as, well, the Mets. But does anything about buying the Mets at a going out of business sale sound smart? You don't need the Carfax to know that this beater's got a lot of miles on it. There are distressed assets, and then there are assets that are always in distress. Which one of those is the Mets? Yep, that one. Now look, maybe all that changes without the Wilpons, like the Clippers after Steve Ballmer took over. But is that a risk you'd want to put your name on? How long will it take to turn that whole operation around? And isn't J-Lo from the Bronx? Anyway, I'm sure there's some Mets fans that are watching this and are upset because I'm speaking ill of their team. But that ain't half as upset as they typically get with the Mets. And that's why I'm saying A-Rod and J-Lo should leave this alone.
Less than an hour after she was selected number 1 overall in the WNBA draft, Sabrina Ionescu's number 20 mint green New York Liberty jersey had already sold out at WNBAstore.com. It's not the first time supply hasn't met demand for the triple-double machine. In November of last year, days after she tweeted Nike asking why fans couldn't buy her jersey, a white Oregon number 20 Ionescu jersey was finally released to the public. Up on a Monday afternoon, gone in every size by Tuesday morning. It sounds like a good thing, right? Sure makes for a great headline. But behind the hype lies a problem. Retailers and apparel companies continue to underestimate demand for women's sports merchandise, resulting in disappointed fans, limited brand exposure, and lower revenue for leagues, teams, and the players who would benefit from sales of their jerseys. Anyone who tried to get a U.S. women's national team 4 Stars World Cup jersey knows that this is a problem across sports. No product, no sales. And when you try to prove your worth as a league and a team, whether that's in an equal pay lawsuit or just the court of public opinion, those numbers matter. It's a microcosm for the larger issues of women's sport. You wonder why the output isn't the same as the men's, knowing full well that the investment never has been.
In the legal system, it's called turning state's evidence. Prosecutors say to a criminal, hey, plead guilty, drop a dime on your cohorts, we'll give you less jail time or immunity. But keep letting criminals off scot-free, and what happens to the incentive to stop committing crimes? That's what baseball should worry about when they keep giving players immunity deals for their roles in sign-stealing scandals. No, I'm not calling those players criminals, but think about what's important to baseball: integrity. They already gave Astros players immunity in the trash can banging scandal, which potentially altered pitchers' careers and the outcome of the 2017 World Series. And now, with the 2018 Red Sox sign-stealing investigation, they penalized the replay guy for developing the scheme, Alex Cora for what he did with the Astros, and give players immunity again. Rob Manfred's ruling says most players didn't know what the replay guy was doing. Not all, so were there players that did? It's like baseball is tipping off players with, it's okay when you cheat as long as you cooperate, or just being involved in scandals isn't important enough to punish you. You know, in courts, authorities try to avoid handing out immunity deals. They want to send a message. Crime won't be tolerated. Baseball, what message are you sending?
I think we can all agree that the first round of the NFL draft was fun, maybe even needed, unless you happen to be Aaron Rodgers. The future Hall of Famer could not have been pleased. That's what we call in the business understatement. 15 years after the mortifying experience of being drafted 24th overall when some thought he would be the first pick, now this, another draft day humiliation. Well, maybe humiliation is too strong. After all, the Packers are well within their rights to start thinking about a post-Rodgers future, just as they once thought about a future after a quarterback who happened to wear number 4. In Jordan Love, the Packers see greatness, so they pounce. This is a business, right? This is the life we've chosen. There's no room for sentimentality in the war room or the GM's living room. Still, I admit to actually feeling a little bit bad for Rodgers, which is strange since he's close to the top of the list of people we should never feel sorry for. But he did all but beg the Packers to draft a weapon he could utilize, and instead this, his replacement. You know who is amused? I bet you'll get this. His name rhymes with parv, which is a Hebrew word that means something that is neither this nor that, which makes sense because the way the Packers manage quarterback succession feels like something out of the Old Testament.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.